Very English.
Okay.
The woman over there in green. You can say who you are and where you're from. Thank you very much.
Nicole Gruber from CNBC Europe. I want to know, what does the internet do for you as an artist?
What does the internet do for me as an artist? It's complete pain in my it is actually, it's done a lot in terms of, obviously, you know, technologically speaking, it makes life easier in a lot of ways. And in terms of getting in contact with fans from all over the world, it's been helpful because I don't go online, but people have been giving me these fan books that they've collected from different fans, like from all over the world. A 17-year-old girl in LA gave me this book, and it had letters from fans from everywhere, and it was really well done, and really, she actually says she wants to run a record company, and she wants me to be on her label. And I said, at that point, I'm going to have my own label. And she said I can have all my own royalties, but I don't know if she'll still say that when she really gets her own label. So, no. But there are a lot of negative things with the internet, because people can make up rumors, and nobody's there to dispute them, and it happens like basically every day. So it's a love-hate relationship I have with our friend, the internet.
Bon, la question était bien sûr sur Internet, et il y avait les deux volets dont elle parle, le volet positif, avec ce livre, avec tous ces gens qui peuvent la contacter, les petites histoires personnelles, comme cette jeune fille qui voulait démarrer une maison de disques, à qui elle peut parler, et puis évidemment les mauvais côtés. Donc c'est son avis, il y a un double intérêt sur Internet.
Okay, gentleman here.
Réponse en français,
Vas-y.
J'aimerais que vous nous parliez de votre concert de Bercy, que vous nous disiez pourquoi vous n'êtes pas venu en France depuis 4 ans.
So he wants to know about the Bercy concert in Paris and why you didn't show up for 4 years.
Well, because I was locked in a studio, in fact. Can you translate that part first?
Donc, parce qu'il
But
était
don't forget
dans
the
le
in
studio.
fact. And I was writing and producing and working like a dog for basically every year, you know, since I started writing songs for my first album, which was when I was in high school. That's when I began writing some of those songs, and I haven't stopped. So a lot of people it's easier for people who aren't necessarily writing and producing everything to tour a lot. Some people, I mean, that's not the case with everybody, but because you don't have to be there hands-on doing it. And I haven't toured America since, like, you know, my second album either. So I had to cut my Butterfly tour short because I was supposed to be doing a movie with Chris Tucker, but he kind of foiled that little plan. So I had to cut that tour short. And that was actually the first tour that I had fun. And this tour we're going to be having lots of fun, in fact.
Donc effectivement, elle a beaucoup travaillé, elle a fait que ça pendant des années. Elle raconte que finalement depuis qu'elle est en high school, elle travaille, elle écrit sur ses albums. Elle a fait que ça, et même d'ailleurs la tournée d'avant, la tournée Butterfly, qui est la première où elle s'est vraiment amusée, elle a dû l'interrompre parce qu'elle avait pas mal de projets, 7 albums à faire, un film aussi à faire, et donc maintenant, cette tournée-là, évidemment, elle va avoir beaucoup plus de plaisir que les précédentes.
Okay, gentleman there, please.
Good evening. I come from Channel O Sound Television in South Africa.
Hi.
And first of all, on behalf of the entire African continent, we'd like to congratulate you on your awesome success.
Thank you very
and hope
much.
that you continue to do so. Now the question is, are you aware of your popularity in Africa? Because it is immense, and we just like to know what plans you have to strengthen that popularity in Africa.
La question concernait l'Afrique du Sud, est-ce qu'elle est au courant qu'elle est vraiment très populaire là-bas? Qu'est-ce qu'elle compte faire par rapport à ça?
I've gotten, again, going back to the letters that I got from the fan book that this girl made me, there were a lot of letters from Africa and from all over the places where I've never been, and I'm not really, I haven't been aware of the fact that people even know my music in some of these places. It still kind of baffles me. So I would love to come to Africa, and I mean, it's a dream that I have. The problem is with this tour is that I don't have that much time, and so I'm trying to kind of cram as many places in as I can. And if they push, the reason is because I'm doing a movie in May, and so I'm kind of, people thought I was crazy. They're like, oh, you're going to put together a world tour in a month? Yeah, right, all right, let's see. So I was like a good challenge, so I decided to do it, and we're still kind of putting it all together. But if they push back the date of the start date of the movie, yet again, I will add some more dates, and I would love to go everywhere. And thank you very much for the question.
Alors par rapport à l'Afrique, elle voulait signaler qu'effectivement, elle s'est rendue compte qu'elle était populaire là-bas à travers justement ses signatures de fans, toutes ses lettres de fans, mais que de toute façon, elle, pour l'instant, elle n'y est jamais allée. Effectivement, elle aimerait bien. Cette tournée, elle l'a fait en un mois, ce qui est vraiment très court, parce qu'elle a un film après qui démarre au mois de mai. Mais en fin de compte, si les dates de ce film se retardent, elle ajouterait effectivement des concerts, et pourquoi pas justement l'Afrique où elle n'est jamais allée, elle aimerait bien.
Gentleman in the grey scarf there.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Luca from
We've got a microphone for you.
Thank you.
So you know that song, My Name is Luca?
Yeah. We can do a duet together.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
After the conference?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think. You think maybe you yourself guest on stage during your tour, maybe Jay-Z or Missy Elliott?
I
Yes or
hope,
no?
you know what, everybody's so busy doing their own things, and Jay has a new album out, which actually I'm on his single, one of his singles, and I don't even have a copy of that, but that's another story. I would love to have Missy, I would love to have Brad, I would love to have Jay-Z, you know, Snoop, all the people that I've collaborated with, I mean, Boyz II Men, people that I've done songs with that, you know, are some of my favorites, but I don't, it's like, you know, they've got their own lives, so whenever somebody's free, if they feel like taking a little ride and coming to do the show with me, then that'd be great. And if not, we're trying to incorporate and use video in a unique way, since I do have so many songs with guests, and so we're going to try and figure that out. We're still in the process of figuring it all out, in fact.
Donc la question concernait un petit peu tous les guests qu'elle a sur l'album, s'ils allaient venir sur la tournée. Elle dit que pour l'instant rien n'est prévu, même avec Jay-Z, puisqu'elle est sur son prochain album, elle n'a même pas eu le temps encore d'écouter ce que ça a donné. Par contre, elle aimerait bien avoir tous ces gens, mais ils ont leur vie, leur carrière. Elle est en train d'étudier un système peut-être de vidéo très original, où effectivement ça pourrait se passer sur scène, on aurait la présence virtuelle de ces artistes.
Gentleman at the back with his hand up, thank you.
Bonjour Mariah, bienvenue en France. J'adore votre musique, j'adore vos compositions, votre voix est sensationnelle. Et j'aimerais savoir pourquoi vous avez changé votre attitude vestimentaire depuis peu de temps, depuis 1 ou 2 ans. Pourquoi votre image marketing évolue? Est-ce que vous n'avez pas l'impression de vous éloigner de plus en plus de vos sources, qui sont la soul music?
So I say that you change for a few years, you change your...
Lots of variety.
For sure. But everybody does, okay? Yeah, it was about, I said that you changed for 2 years a little bit, that you escaped from your soul audience maybe. And,
I escaped from the soul audience?
I mean, you forget about it, what he thinks. And even for the clothes, the way you dress, he said it's different than before, so why?
So you think I went more pop?
No, your physical
Because I'm
appearance.
confused by that one.
It's about your physical, your marketing image with changing in the time, you know?
So
Don't
it's
you have
less
the impression you are in the Britney Spears movement?
Did you see the Thank God I Found You remix video?
No, your
With
physical
Nas?
appearance.
With Nas? That's not Britney
No,
Spears, boo. You gotta check that one out. But thank you for the question.
Don't like my question, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, gentleman in the cap there, thank you.
Yes.
Got a microphone.
Probably don't need one. Hi, I'm Dan Greer. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
How you doing?
I represent about 12 black newspapers in the state since that publications, and we're just happy to be here.
Thank you.
Happy you're here.
I'm a bit-
Fantastic career. Hey, and keep on doing your thing.
Thank
We
you.
wait a little while on you, but we all here to wish you all good things.
Thank you very
And we'd
much.
like to invite you down to Memphis, where the blues began.
Yes.
See Beale Street and come have some barbecue at the Rendezvous.
Well, you know what? I wish I could go there with you tomorrow.
All right.
Because that barbecue sounds good.
Donc la question c'était d'inviter un barbecue à Memphis.
Okay, thank you. Someone that hasn't asked a question before.
Okay.
Dominic Ryan.
Yeah, Dominic Clyde, World Online. Mariah, you used to have a label, Brave Records.
Yeah.
You gave a lot of artists a start, like Patricia McNeil. Do you have any plans to do anything like that in the future?
Well,
Come on down to Memphis, go down.
only if I can go to Memphis first and eat some barbecue. Then I can make a proper decision. No, that was a whole drama, and it's kind of politically difficult for me to talk about the way that whole thing began and ended. And I actually feel kind of badly about it, but one day I'll do it again because I put a lot of myself into that, especially with the group Allure. And, you know, who knows? Who knows what's in the cards in the future? Right now I'm just focusing on doing this tour and trying to put some wacky little things together and hopefully do something entertaining.
Tell us about the wacky little thing.
Well, have you heard of Bianca, my alter ego?
Sounds like we're going to.
Well, actually, I think she might be from where are you from?
From England.
Right, she's from England. And she doesn't like me at all, actually. And she will be hosting the show with me. So, I don't know what to expect, and neither does anyone else.
La première question concernait son label. La question était de savoir si son label allait continuer. Elle dit qu'elle ne veut pas trop en parler, qu'il y a effectivement des problèmes là-dessus. Elle a travaillé avec le groupe Allure, elle a fait pas mal de choses. Pour l'instant, elle est beaucoup plus occupée par la tournée, par ce qui se passe maintenant, que par l'existence de ce label.
Gentleman over there, Mariah.
My name is Josue.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Puerto Rican, but I live in New York City.
Okay.
I just want to know something. Talking about duets, are you going to record a deal with Luis Miguel?
Well,
Did everyone hear that?
Oui, donc la question était de savoir si elle allait enregistrer avec Luis Miguel.
We talked about it, and it wasn't the right project, it wasn't enough time, it wasn't the right song. And the last thing that we want to do is like rush something together just for the sake of doing it. It would have to be something that we both felt was stellar. So hopefully one of these days, I've seen him in concert many times and he's incredible. So.
You sing together?
Yeah, we sing together in private, but I've never...
Donc effectivement, ils ont essayé de travailler ensemble, c'était pas le bon moment, c'était pas la bonne chanson non plus, donc ils ne veulent pas se précipiter. Elle a donc dit qu'ils étaient effectivement ensemble dans le privé, et que pour l'instant, ils le feront certainement, qu'elle l'a vu en concert, qu'il est vraiment formidable, mais que pour l'instant, ils attendent la bonne période.
Are you?
And I represent David Gove. He's an artist I discovered with 5.5 octave range. And he's been following you in his career since high school. I was wondering if there's one thing that you could tell him that might guide him in his future success in the recording industry.
So you made a record already? And is it a house record? Like what kind of music is it? But he represents house music, so you need to go do maybe a track with David Morales. That could be, right? What can I tell you? Oh dear. Try and know as much about your career as you can, and try and learn quickly, because, and this is nothing directly towards anybody, people can take advantage of you if you don't know what's going on, and there are things that I still don't know about, but I try to be as aware of every aspect of what goes on with my career, but it's hard. So be prepared to work every single day like a dog, in fact. And congratulations.
Donc ce jeune homme il va faire un disque là, donc son manager demandait à Mariah Carey peut-être un conseil. Elle disait effectivement d'être au courant, d'apprendre très vite, d'être au courant de tout ce qui se passait dans sa carrière, et puis surtout qu'il allait devoir s'attendre à travailler comme un chien absolument tous les jours. Donc voilà les conseils de Mariah, ce jeune artiste. So it's about making a concert here, because you're here for the first time, you're playing Cannes, but you plan to come back here.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed the first half.
You plan to come back for a concert here, a real concert?
Here?
I mean on the coast.
I would love to. I would love to spend the entire summer here. I wish I could do that. Hopefully I'll be doing the movie at that point, but I was just looking out the window going, it's so amazing here. I'd love to come here and sing here. It would actually be a good climate for my voice. I did most of my album Rainbow in Capri, and that was there's a great studio there. That was one of my favorite places in the world, and this has a somewhat similar vibe. Obviously we're in a different country, but I really enjoyed it. So my manager keeps holding up a sign telling me to say, talk about my new single, and I didn't really know any other segue other than to say that. But because the tour is starting on Valentine's Day, I think it's kind of an appropriate song, Thank God I Found You, and there are two versions available on the single. One that's on the album with Joe and 90 Degrees, and one that I was talking about to that gentleman in the back, which features Nas and Joe, and that's also a remake of Keith Sweat's soul R&B classic, Make It Last Forever. So there's two versions there, one that's only available on the single, and I will be doing it on the tour beginning Valentine's Day. So it's like a little Valentine's treat that you could sing to a loved one if you wanted, or just play the record.
Donc effectivement, elle aimerait bien rester ici tout l'été, mais malheureusement elle a un film à faire. Elle a enregistré à Capri, donc elle a trouvé que c'était fantastique. Elle est au studio à Capri. Puis ensuite elle est partie sur son nouveau single, effectivement, qu'elle va jouer sur scène là-bas, et qu'elle va jouer parce que sa tournée démarre le jour de la Saint-Valentin, et donc elle a cité les différents duos. En fin de compte, il y a deux versions de ce single. On va en découvrir la première bientôt. Voilà.
And can I say one more thing before someone else asks me a question? I'm sorry if I was late, but I flew in from Minneapolis to New York to Paris to Nice and drove here, and I did this all without sleeping, and so we're kind of on a slower schedule, so if I inconvenience anybody, I'm sorry, but I was working on songs for the soundtrack, and it was a complete snowstorm, and our plane almost couldn't take off, so please forgive me.
Donc Mariah demande si vous l'excusiez de son retard, mais effectivement elle a eu un très long trajet pour venir jusqu'ici, elle vient d'arriver.
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to explain. I wanted to expound on. Okay.
I'm looking for some fresh faces for questions, but the gentleman in the grey scarf has a second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got just two questions. The first, you're wearing a butterfly today. You choose a rainbow for your album. You're wearing pink color on you. Is it to tell lightness or to tell something very très étudié, very studied? All the things very light.
It's because I wore black yesterday. No. Actually, that is the reason I'm wearing pink. But no, the rainbow artwork was done by David LaChapelle, who actually just did my Rolling Stone cover that's coming out, I guess in like a week, which also has a pink background, believe it or not. And the story's by Midem, who's one of my favorite writers, and it's kind of wacky. You need to pick that one up. But the reason he wanted it to be so vibrant, and I guess maybe that's kind of what you were referring to with the artwork and stuff like that, is because when we met, I'd never met him before. I've been a huge admirer of his work, and I think he's a genius. And he just saw something, and he said that there was like this light and happiness about me that he felt he hadn't, seen before, and he wanted to emphasize that. And he felt that painting the rainbow on me, which they did, which was a unique experience, and just showing that kind of vibrant, those vibrant colors, and that he felt like I was exuding something that he wanted to show. So it wasn't about, it's kind of like, the photos are kind of kitsch and done with a sense of humor, but it's also because, I took them at a time in my life when I was happy, and if you'll notice, it's the first album cover I'm ever smiling on, and I'm ever not hiding half of my face. So that's an improvement, for me.
Donc en fin de compte, c'était pas calculé tout ça, c'est effectivement le créateur David LaChapelle qui a travaillé avec elle sur cet album, et c'est un petit peu lui qui a eu cette idée de partir sur l'arc-en-ciel et sur ses couleurs vives, en disant qu'elle manifestait vraiment une telle joie de vivre, une telle gaieté, qu'il fallait un petit peu le rendre comme ça. Il a fait aussi la couverture de Rolling Stone qui va sortir la semaine prochaine, avec un fond rose, et donc effectivement c'est en le travail avec lui qu'elle est arrivée à ce concept, et au début évidemment elle a dit que si elle s'habillait en rose aujourd'hui, c'est qu'elle était en noir hier.
And he's French.
French American.
Yeah.
Gentleman in the yellow, we're going to begin to wrap it up very soon, so if there's anyone from Italy or Germany with questions for the tour, let me know. Gentleman in yellow.
Hello, my name is Tony. I'm from Antenna magazine, youth magazine from Republic of Slovenia. It's a part of ex-Yugoslavia. I hope you heard of this country. And I represent the youth from our country. And there's one girl asked me if I see you here, that I must ask you one thing. Do you like the words to be alive? Thank you.
Do I like the words to be alive? I like them better than the words to be dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just took me by surprise. Yes, I do like those words. And I like the words to be free, to be alive, to be happy, and to appreciate every moment of life and experience life to the fullest, which I didn't always do. And actually, last week I went bungee jumping for the first time. I thought I'd share that with all of you. Not that you care, but it was fun. And it gave you the sensation of being alive and being, you know, possibly fearing not being alive. You know, so it's pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
Donc ce journaliste avait une question d'une jeune fille slovène qui lui demandait est-ce qu'elle aimait le mot être en vie. Elle dit effectivement toutes les choses positives et qu'en fin de compte elle relate une expérience qu'elle a eue la semaine dernière où elle a sauté en bungee, donc un saut d'un pont, et qu'effectivement ça s'apparentait effectivement à être en vie.
Woman at the back in the glass sunglasses.
Bonjour, je vais poser la question en français parce qu'on va être trop mauvais. Vous n'avez pas aimé tout à l'heure la comparaison avec Britney Spears. Alors, je voudrais savoir comment vous, aujourd'hui, vous définissez votre musique.
So you didn't like the comparison with Britney Spears, so how do you define your music now?
No, it wasn't that I didn't like the comparison. I just didn't understand, because in America people say the exact opposite. They say that I've abandoned pop music and become like gone to R&B or gone to hip-hop. So I felt like it was sort of a bizarre question, because people say the exact opposite thing to me almost every day of the week. So that's why I have no issue with anybody. I think everybody that is successful in the music business is good for all of us. So, and I also wouldn't want to define my music in any one specific way. And I think if you listen to this album, Rainbow, I think my biggest musical step forward was the fact that I worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who have been some of my heroes in terms of songwriting for as long as I can remember. And what the big difference for me is that they have the same kind of appreciation for both, you know, for hip-hop, R&B, and pop music that I have. And because they're so musical, we sort of try to, and I think we successfully made an album that can go from a record that samples Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None into a remake of Phil Collins' Against All Odds by using musical segues. And also the album tells a story. So, you know, I have a wide variety of influences and different, you know, types of music that I like, so I wouldn't want to pigeonhole myself. Thank you. And you look very glamorous with the sunglasses back there. I was like,
yeah, I do.
No, you do.
Donc, en fin de compte,
I was like, who's that?
Elle n'a rien contre Britney Spears du tout. En fin de compte, c'est parce qu'elle était étonnée de la question, qui disait qu'elle avait un peu qu'elle allait vers la pop, alors qu'à l'inverse, on lui dit qu'elle part vers le soul, la R&B et le hip-hop. Effectivement, cet album, elle a travaillé avec Jimmy Jam et Terry Lewis, qui ont toujours été un peu des personnes très importantes pour elle, et elle a l'impression de couvrir tout un spectre musical. En plus, cet album raconte une histoire, donc effectivement, elle était un petit peu étonnée alors qu'on lui dit exactement l'inverse absolument tous les jours aux États-Unis.
I'm sorry, this thing is just reminding me of my dog, because every time I see it moving, and my dog is a Jack Russell Terrier, and he likes to bite these things, so it just keeps making me laugh. I'm sorry.
Mariah, question from German radio, and then we're going to have one more question.
Okay.
Monica Riddell, Pint Live Radio in Cologne.
Hi.
Hi. Cologne is going to be the only city in Germany that you're going to have a concert. How come Cologne? And is there anything you like or remember about that city?
Well, I would have to say that probably it was the promoter's decision. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it honest and real here. But I love Germany. I love the fans. I have so many great devoted fans in Germany. So I'm hoping that, you know, as many people can get to come to the show as possible. And again, I would have done more shows. It's just a timing issue. So that's why.
Have fun.
Cologne is a lovely city as well. I didn't mean to say like it wasn't my choice, but honestly, the promoter set it up. Sorry.
Okay, last question from the woman over there. Mariah.
Hi. Hi. Talk about the movie a little bit? Okay, the movie is called All the Glitters. We haven't started filming yet. It's being directed by Vondi Curtis Hall. Kate Lanier wrote the screenplay. She also wrote What's Love Got to Do With It screenplay, as well as Set It Off, which starred Jada Pinkett and Queen Latifah and was one of my favorite movies. And she's become a really good friend. She's a really great writer, and it's a musical set in 1981. And I was actually just working in Minneapolis. I don't remember if it was last night or the night before or the day before, when it was. All I knew was there was snow and I had shoes like this on and it wasn't working. But I was working with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis again, and it's that period, you know, it's the soundtrack. I'm going to be singing 6 songs in the soundtrack. My character is in a girls group. She's not the lead singer, and I actually also spent a brief few minutes with the artist formerly known as Prince discussing the soundtrack, and he was giving me some possible things to work on and to write to, and I've been a fan of his forever, and it was a great experience, so thank you.
Donc le film s'appelle All That Glitters. Elle n'a pas encore commencé à tourner, ça raconte l'histoire d'un groupe, donc au début des années 80, elle va y chanter 6 chansons, elle a un rôle qui n'est pas le rôle vraiment principal, et elle est en train de travailler un petit peu dessus, et en même temps elle est venue sur le parallèle qu'il y a quelques jours, elle travaillait avec Jimmy Jam et Terry Lewis, et ils ont parlé de ça, et puis surtout elle a eu la chance de pouvoir discuter un petit peu avec Prince, qui lui a donné certains de ses avis, donc le film n'est pas encore tourné.
Right, thank you very, very much, everybody.
Thank you. Sir, yes, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time. I am Georgia. Thank you.